necessary, snug hermetic of long-haul privacy, until a woman wearing a Save the Whales t-shirt said to him, "If you stay back, then the people behind you can see too." And he stepped away, chastened and indignant, and himself now unable to see. He watched an elderly man attempt to haul a hard-shell Samsonite monstrosity over the rim of the conveyor belt and then let it go, whether because it was too heavy or because the man realized it was not his own, he could not tell. But because of the whale woman, he did not feel disposed to help his fellow man, and he crossed his arms as the case wobbled off on another tedious round. He realized at last that his own backpack had passed him twice already. It looked so small that he hadn't recognized it, and he felt at once so small himself, and unprepared for the reckless, dashed headlong on which he had embarked unthinking, impelled by twin engines of heartbreak and humiliation. All around him people wheeled their property with such heft, the armoured cases reaching to their thighs and resembling nothing so much as small refrigerators or dishwashers propelled about the world. Protection from weightlessness. He took the airport train, and then the subway to Astor Place, and then walked with his pack to the East Village, reviving only in the balm of dusk air from his body's brief, unnatural modern hibernation. At the corner of East 9th and Avenue C, he collected the keys Paul had left at the coffee shop across the street, and dragged his vagrant body up the 7 flights to Paul's apartment, where he planned to stay a few nights and then keep moving, to where he did not know, movement itself being the only aim and target of his heartbreak breakneck thrust. The apartment was a 1-bedroom, but Paul had said he could crash on the couch for as long as he liked. He dropped his pack and had a look around. The dark, short hallway from which Paul's bedroom opened to the right, the square foot of terrace that faced out onto community gardens, the black and white tiled bathroom with a small window set at head height in the shower recess, the thriving fern that hung there in the frame, the box of matches on the toilet cistern, the kitchen tucked into an alcove off the hallway, copper pots and pans hanging from hooks, and a watercolour painting of a woman squatting with her knickers around her ankles, her cunt a gaudy pink, and the final abbreviated L of the living room, where there was a round table, a green corduroy couch he wasn't sure would accommodate his length, and a huge potted palm. That was the extent of it, and it was stylish within its limited reach, curated in a kind of masculine near-opulence that did not accord with the Paul he had known in childhood, his older brother's best friend, and the source of much cruel torment. Paul had left him a note on the kitchen bench. "Hey, mate, welcome. Make yourself at home, take a shower, etc. There's beer in the fridge. Sit on the balcony, or there's a rooftop upstairs. Wi-Fi is celebrity chef, password oink69. See you at Dante, or message me if too knackered. P." Paul had told him to come west, to meet at midnight in a bar called Dante near Paul's work, but that was hours away, and jet lag was beginning to stroke him into a warm, unwise seduction. He found a towel in the hall closet and took a shower, standing in the rising steam, and gazing out at the new old world. Or was it the old new world? He wasn't sure. Through the square window, as the day struck its final match. The contact in his phone was listed simply as the dude, which was how it had come through from Violet. She had been connected with this dubious personage by her friend Holly, an Australian living in New York whose name he had been instructed to drop when he messaged the dude, like an old-fashioned calling card, though he had never met Holly, knew her only from the high-filtered images in Violet's Facebook album titled "Violet Eats the Big Apple." He had bought a cheap prepaid SIM on the